All right, guys, so you want to know what the best place in California is to live? Well, it's not going to be those big cosmopolitan cities that when you think of California, you think of like Los Angeles or San Francisco. No, today I'm going to talk to you about Sacramento and why it is becoming a destination spot for many. Yes, Sacramento. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Jacqueline Gage and I am with the GAGE group at eXp Realty. And if this is your first time at my channel, we cover everything about living in Sacramento, life in Sacramento, pros, cons, good, the bad, the full 411. We're here to give it to you. We get calls all the time about people relocating here, and we love to help them. Just shoot us a text if you're considering moving to Sacramento. Love to be a resource for you. Text, email, call, whatever you prefer. We're available nights, weekends, days, anytime. When you're moving to Sac, we have your back. So people have always been attracted to California. It's the largest state. It brings people in from all over the country and all over the world. A lot of it has to do with Hollywood and what that connotates, and the glitz and glam and the sun and fun and sand. Maybe it's even the Eagles song, Hotel California. But you know, California is just an attractive place where people have dreams, and it's a destination spot. And most of the time, the cities have been San Francisco and Los Angeles. But right now we're seeing a change, and actually this change has been going on for a while, and it was prior to the pandemic. But with the pandemic, it's only accelerated it. So these large cities, we're seeing people being priced out of housing. We know the Bay Area is the most expensive in the United States, and you don't get a great quality of life there. And it's a dense population, you're taxed heavily. And so people had started considering other places, and Sacramento started seeing a lot of influx of the Bay Area because people were already able to work remotely a lot of times in the tech field. Now with the pandemic and a lot of companies allowing their people to work remotely, it's just opened up the floodgates for people to consider other cities that you can get more bang for your buck in. And Sacramento is truly that. And it's not just that you can get more bang for your buck, but that we offer a lot. It's a lot more than just the cost of living is better. The city has been on the upswing for the past 7 years. And in fact, we're having quite the renaissance in Sacramento. And now what we're seeing, according to Redfin, the people in these big cities like San Francisco or the Bay Area, Seattle, New York, they are all, about 30% of them are looking elsewhere they're searching on their site, looking elsewhere for properties to live. And Sacramento is becoming a destination spot, according to Redfin. And we're already seeing it. As a realtor, I get calls all the time from people moving out of town. But the pandemic has accelerated this, and we're excited because it's a great place. And for many years, Sacramento has been overshadowed by these big cosmopolitan cities. But we have a lot to offer. And as I said, it has been a renaissance here. And I think that Sacramento has just begun, and it's going to get better and better. All right, so I'm gonna start with the top reason actually why Sacramento is the best city in California to live. And that is because it has a perfect yin and yang situation, because it is affordable as well as desirable. And these two things are so important when thinking about a place to live, because you don't just want the cheapest place. If you wanted the cheapest city in California, I could tell you that's gonna be Coalinga, and I'm sure that wouldn't suit many of your taste. So we want a nice combination of, yes, I can have a great quality of life here, but there are things to do, and I'm not just twiddling my thumbs, and I want to spend my money and go do things, right? So Sacramento has the affordability and desirability. I'm going to start off by talking about the affordability. And a lot of times when we figure out how affordable a city is, we refer to the cost of living index. And this basically tells you how many goods and services can you get for a certain amount of money, or for your dollar. How far does your dollar stretch? Like we know $100 goes a lot longer in Sacramento as opposed to Los Angeles. So to give you some perspective, the national average for the cost of living is 100. So anything above 100 is going to be higher than the national average. And a city with a cost of living index that's lower than 100 is going to be less expensive than the national average. Okay, so now since the cost of living index is really dictated a lot on the price point of homes, let's talk about the price point of homes in some of these areas. So in California, the median price point for a home is going to be around $530,000. So that's definitely above the national average. And in the top cities like Los Angeles, you're going to be around $800,000 for an average median home. And in the Bay Area, it's going to be like $1.5 million. So let's talk about Sacramento. What is the median price point? Well, that's going to be around $360,000, and you can get a really nice home for that price point. And of course, we have all price points in Sacramento, but that's just going to be our median price point, $360,000. So yes, it's higher than the national average, but still, compared to California, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck, and that's why people are coming here. All right, so now let's talk about Sacramento's desirability factor, because that's just as important as the affordability factor, and they're the perfect yin and yang. And that is really, I think, when you are looking for a place to live, it's all about those two components. And as I said, Sacramento didn't used to be the cool town that it is today. It was kind of like a cow town, and that's how we were referred to many. But now we are becoming, we're coming into our own. We've had a renaissance for quite some years now. I think we've been on the upswing, I'd say, for the past 7 years. And that's why, I was able to see what was happening with Sacramento and the changing of it, and that it would be such a great place to invest my livelihood, invest in real estate, and really grow with the city, as opposed to a lot of these major cities where there's not room. I mean, it's just like always a fight. And the competition is so heavy, the quality of life is not great, and you kind of reflect on what do you get for your money, and it becomes not much, especially when you're over going to, the hottest spots, because that's one perk of being in a city, going to the hottest spots. But, Sacramento offers a lot, and we have been having so much development here. So many people are moving here from other places and bringing their ideas and their businesses. So Sacramento's food and bar scene is one thing that has flourished and become really desirable. We are known as the farm to fork capital. So, it is a great place to experiment with food. A lot of people are coming, Michelin star chefs are coming, opening up restaurants, and we are having like monthly new restaurants open, very hip, trendy places that you would see in the larger city that we're now seeing here. Like one of my favorites is Beast and Bounty. I think that place is awesome. It compares to top restaurants in Los Angeles because it has a cool vibe, the food's great, and it's really like on the pulse of hipper things, like which big cities are known for. We have a lot of new bars opening. A lot of our midtown and downtown area has been become much more of a nightlife scene. Like I said, it used to be just a couple local like dive bars, and you couldn't go get dressed up, and now you can, and you can go out, have a great time. A lot more outdoor spaces. One of the great things about Sacramento is we have so much great weather here that the outdoor patios are awesome. So a lot of restaurants are opening with outdoor patios. Now jump bikes came to Sacramento, and they had been bringing just such a great sense of community to the town. We've had some fun times where we've gone to some bars, gotten on a jump bike, a whole group of us, and just gone to different bars, and it was like the best night. Another thing that makes Sacramento a destination spot is the weather. We all know California has great weather, but I think Sacramento has better weather actually than Southern California. And I'll tell you why. Because we have seasons here. So no, you can't wear your flip-flops all year long, but I love the change of seasons. It's a nice change of pace. You get to wear your coat and boots, and the leaves are beautiful in the fall. We're the city of trees as well, so we have beautiful changing leaves. It gets just cool enough where you can wear your winter stuff, and if you want some snow, you just go right up to Tahoe. But I'd say the lows are more in the 40s, and the highs in the summer, because everyone complains about the summer, is that, we have a heat wave probably for a couple weeks. We just got past the heat wave and it was about 107, 108 is the high. And that's just for 2 weeks. And our heat is a dry heat. The worst heats are, in my opinion, where there's so much moisture in the air. You just always feel gross. The nights are awesome in the summer. You can just go walking out in the streets. You don't need a sweater or anything, and it just feels so beautiful. So our weather is awesome, and you just have to give it a try. All right, so another great reason for Sacramento is because it is a family-friendly place. There is always something going on, museums, we have parks, lots of things to keep the family entertained going on downtown with events. We have a lot of culture, a great community center. In fact, they're just redoing it. Lots of plays and local theater here, especially at the colleges. There's always something going on. But you're close to nature here too, so you can go to the river and explore with your kids. There's lots of water activities to do, and really there's so much history here too, with being with the gold rush. We have old Sacramento, we have the railroad museum, there's fun places like Fairy Tale Town, not to mention there's great schools here. You can check out a website called greatschools.org, that will give you school ratings in the location that you're looking. A lot of the schools that people love are also out in Folsom, some of the most amazing schools, El Dorado Hills, Elk Grove, but check out the website to get your specific school rating. Also, there are a lot of great neighborhoods in Sacramento to raise a family. We have such an eclectic mix of vibes in Sacramento, and a lot of people, if you want old and charming, that's closer to downtown and the core neighborhoods of Sacramento. Or if you want to get more bang for your buck and you want all new and don't want to have to fix anything up, you'd be great in some of the newer build areas like Folsom, El Dorado Hills, Roseville, where you can get a lot of square footage and get more for your money. So these are all great things to consider when raising a family in Sacramento and why people come here. Another reason Sacramento is a destination spot is because we are perfectly located or centrally located. However you want to think about it. It's a great location where we are because there are so many places you can go for a weekend getaway when you want to switch up your scenery, and you don't have to make a big plan. You can just kind of do it on the spur of the moment. I've gone to Napa so many times just, on a whim, and to have that beautiful place so nearby, we're just so lucky, have the best wineries. Or you could go to a place like Amador, which is a little less, has a lot of great wineries too, and really has become a noteworthy spot to do some wine tasting. Not to mention you have Lake Tahoe, where people come from all over the world to see that lake, and that's just an hour and a half away. Whether you're into water sports or you're a skier, it's a great spot. Many people go rent an Airbnb or actually have a second home there. So during the summertime, it's really popular for a lot of people from Sacramento to go to Tahoe, especially during the 4th of July. It's definitely a destination spot. And you're not far at all from Southern California, which is a totally different vibe, but you can enjoy all these places without having to pay for their extreme cost of living, and they're just a car ride away. And so that's another reason why to move to Sacramento, which really is noteworthy. All right, guys, so there's so many reasons to move to Sacramento, but the last one I'm going to cover today is it's a great spot for people who like to lead an active lifestyle and like to get out there in nature and be healthy. We have nature all around us, right outside the city, no excuses. You can literally be in Midtown and 10 minutes away, you walk over the levee and get on the American River Parkway, which is a trail that stretches from downtown all the way to Folsom, and you can take a bike ride, run, walk, whatever your choice is, but get an exercise in. And we have 2 rivers, the Sacramento and the American River, which make water sports a huge thing here, especially in the summertime. There's a lot of boaters out there. And so there's all these activities that are just right at your fingertips. And you can also go to the foothills, like 20-minute drive if you're a mountain biker or a runner and want some different terrain. Such a quick little drive away, and it's all there. So no excuses, and you can have a great healthy lifestyle. So I hope you found this video informative on Sacramento. These are just some of the reasons why it's becoming such a destination spot. But if you are considering Sacramento, definitely come down for a visit and give it a try, because it's a great place to live and we offer so much. And if you have any questions or considering relocating, please don't hesitate to reach out. Call, text, email, days, nights, weekends, whenever. And please don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell button so you're notified every time I do a new video. All right, thanks so much.